Ever feel like, those travel dreams you have are kind of on hold? Like reality is setting in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that epic trip you're dreaming of.
Yep.
It's got to wait until you've got tons of money saved.
Right.
But the good news is, maybe it doesn't have to be a pipe dream. We're diving deep into all these articles about affordable travel.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Nomad's Nation, Career Prep Online, even some tips from Gabby.
Yeah.
And, of course, that deep dive on house sitting with Zuber, right?
Right.
So what's cool is these sources, they're not just bloggers, like, talking a big game.
Yeah.
They're out there actually doing it.
Exactly. Living it. Giving the real deal on how to make it work.
Okay, so let's break this down. First up, work exchanges. Now, before you think, oh, I don't want to be picking fruit on a farm somewhere.
Right.
Although, fresh food in Portugal.
Yeah.
Anyone.
That sounds pretty good, actually. It's more than just that, though, right? You're exchanging your skills, whatever they may be,
Exactly.
for a place to stay. And usually you get meals, too.
It's like that cultural immersion thing, but you're not paying tuition.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
And speaking of cultural immersion, Nomad's Nation had this awesome tip. Live like a local. Forget those tourist traps,
Mm-hmm.
Hit up the local markets.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe even try haggling a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about an authentic experience.
It's amazing how much money you can save when you're not doing those, touristy things.
It's true.
And you connect with the place on a deeper level,
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just about checking off landmarks.
Now, back to those work exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
There's World Packers. WWOOF. That's Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms, by the way.
Of course, of course.
And then there's HelpX. It's like a buffet of options.
Yeah, it is.
But what are people actually looking for? Like, what do hosts want?
Well, it really varies, Some need help teaching English.
Oh, right.
Social media stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Even gardening, believe it or not.
Okay.
World Packers, for example, they have everything. From eco-villages to hostels, all looking for help.
So you could be, tending a garden in Thailand 1 month.
Exactly.
And then managing a hostel's Instagram in Spain the next.
Exactly. It's all about, finding that match. What skills do you have? What do they need? But, these programs are popular. Right. You really want to put your best foot forward when you apply.
Makes sense.
And, manage those expectations, right? Not everyone's going to get picked right away.
Speaking of unique experiences, that Zuber article on house sitting. Game changer.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine this. Staying in this beautiful house, maybe even with a pet.
Right.
And you're there while the owners are away.
It's a win-win.
It's amazing.
Especially if you're working online, too.
Oh, for sure.
Need that home base.
Totally. And those good reviews you get?
Yeah.
They're like gold for getting more house sits in the future.
Like a resume for the traveling life.
Exactly. But Zuber made a good point. House sitting, it's more common in some places.
Yeah.
Like, Europe, North America. Don't bank on finding tons of house sits in, say, rural Vietnam.
Right. Do your research. Thorough research is key to this whole lifestyle. Don't want to be caught off guard because you didn't do your homework.
Okay, let's talk about those daily budget hacks.
Mm-hmm.
The little things. Nomad's Nation nailed it with their list.
Yeah.
Taking local transportation, cooking your own meals.
Yeah, yeah.
It all adds up.
It's a mindset, really.
It is.
Going from tourist to temporary local.
I love that.
Embrace the slower pace. Explore those hidden gems.
Yes.
The ones the guidebooks don't even mention.
Exactly.
And, of course, master the art of the friendly haggle.
And the cool thing is, it makes the world feel bigger somehow.
Yeah.
Like those families from Denmark Career Prep Online talked about. Traveling around Europe in a van.
Oh, yeah.
Minimalist, for sure, but it shows you don't need to be loaded to have amazing adventures as a family, right?
Right. It's about being clever, not about having a ton of money. And speaking of clever, remember we mentioned travel hacking?
Yep.
That sounds like next level budgeting, doesn't it?
It does. Nomad's Nation mentioned it, and I'm so curious. What's the trick?
Think of it like a puzzle, right? But instead of a picture, you're unlocking free stuff.
Oh, okay.
Free flights, free places to stay.
Wow.
It's all about using credit card rewards and those frequent flyer programs to your advantage.
So it's less of a hack and more of a smart strategy.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, but how does it actually work?
Okay, so let's say you get a travel credit card, one with a big sign-up bonus.
Correct.
Boom, you've got a bunch of miles already. Then you use that card for everything. Your everyday shopping, bills.
Okay.
You're racking up even more miles. Next thing you know, you're sipping cocktails on a beach in Bali.
Nice.
And your flight, totally free because you used miles.
Now that's what I'm talking about. It sounds almost too good to be true. But Nomad's Nation made it sound doable.
It's definitely doable. It takes a bit of research and planning, but the payoff, huge.
Right.
Imagine flying business class for like the price of a couple coffees a week.
Oh, wow.
That's the power of travel hacking.
Okay, I'm sold. Adding travel hacking to my to-do list. But let's switch gears a bit. A lot of people, they don't just want to travel for a week or two every year. They want to make it their lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
That usually means finding a way to make money while traveling, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And with so many people working remotely now, that digital nomad life, totally within reach for more people than ever before.
For sure.
Career Prep Online talked about freelancing, right?
Yes.
Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr.
And don't forget about teaching English online.
Yeah.
Gabby mentioned how much you can make doing that, especially if you're a native speaker, right?
Oh, for sure.
There are platforms like VIP Kid and Cambly making it so easy.
Exactly. The online education world has exploded. It's incredible.
It is.
You could be teaching English from a beach in Thailand one day,
Wow.
then exploring ruins in Peru the next.
The dream. Speaking of dream jobs, did you see Career Prep Online story about Nomadic Matt?
Oh, yeah.
From broke backpacker to like building a travel empire.
Yeah.
So inspiring.
It really is. It just goes to show what you can achieve with a bit of passion and hustle.
Exactly.
He didn't start with a lot, but he knew how to find opportunities.
And connect with people.
Exactly.
He really did turn his passion into his paycheck, which is something a lot of us dream of, right?
For sure.
But Career Prep Online also mentioned something important. Having savings.
Oh, yeah. That's key.
Especially when you're just starting out.
Absolutely.
You need some financial security.
Right.
Especially when your income might go up and down, right?
Right. It's about finding that balance, going after your travel dreams, but also being smart with your money.
So maybe don't quit your job tomorrow, but start building that side hustle, that safety net.
Exactly. Whether it's freelance writing, virtual assistant work.
Right.
Or even selling your crafts online, having different income streams, that gives you the freedom to travel.
So many possibilities, right? We've covered work exchanges, house sitting, all those great budget tips, even dipped our toes into that whole digital nomad world. Yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, it's a lot to process, but exciting too, right?
It is. And it all comes back to what Nomad's Nation said. You got to lower those costs, but also figure out how to earn money as you go. That's the key to traveling long term.
Makes sense. It's a two-part thing.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of people, that whole earning online thing, that's the scariest part.
Yeah, I get it.
It feels like a huge hurdle,
It can feel like this massive mountain to climb. But remember, building a successful income online, it doesn't just happen overnight.
Right.
It takes time. You need to be dedicated, willing to learn, and be able to adapt.
It's not like you just sip cocktails on the beach and poof, money magically appears in your account.
Yeah, no. Although working from a beachside cafe, that's definitely a perk. The real magic, though, is creating a career that you're passionate about, something that fits you. And if travel is your passion, well, then the world is your office.
Now, that's a dream worth chasing. It reminds me of that Gabby quote, stop collecting things and start collecting experiences.
Yeah, I love that one.
This whole deep dive, it's like a roadmap to doing just that.
It really is. It's about changing how you see things. It's not travel is a luxury. Travel is an investment in yourself, your experiences, how you see the world.
And sometimes the best investment is knowledge. We've given you a ton of information today, from specific platforms like World Packers and Trusted House Sitters to those budget tips from Nomad's Nation.
Right, and we've explored so many different options, but remember, you don't have to do it all. Just pick one thing that really speaks to you.
Right.
And dive in.
Maybe you finally start that travel blog, or take a course on freelance writing, or hey, maybe it's just trying out one new budget travel tip on your next trip. Every journey starts somewhere, right?
Exactly. And remember that question from earlier? What would you be willing to try to make travel more affordable? Keep thinking about it. The answer might surprise you, and it might be the thing that unlocks your next big adventure.
The world is waiting, right? Safe travels, everyone.